respond to that?
I'm with Al Heyman. Ryan Garcia's biggest fight was with Al Heyman. The most money he ever made was with Al Heyman. And then he goes back and fights for crumbs on a shitty TV network.
Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero have officially set their fight for May. And without wasting any time, they've reignited their heated back and forth. While many see this as an easy win for Garcia, fans seem to overlook the fact that he's been inactive and dealing with ring rust.
Heyman offered me a way better deal. Al Heyman's the best in boxing, and hands down, all of us Al Heyman fighters are living great. Ain't one of us.
Rolly Romero, on the other hand, is determined to silence his doubters and put up a serious challenge. Talks of a potential showdown between him and Ryan Garcia began after Garcia delivered a stunning knockout victory over Oscar Duarte at a 143-pound catchweight in Houston, Texas.
Really well. This isn't a joke. Y'all need to be there for him because he's going through it, and it's just...
However, it didn't take long for King Y to set his sights on his next fight, calling out and taking shots at WBA junior welterweight champion Rolly Romero. "I'm committed to becoming a world champion," Garcia told DAZN's Chris Mannix after his 8th round knockout of Duarte. "If Rolly wants that, bring it on. Rolly, I know you talk a lot. Let's make it happen. Where are you at? You got beat up by that old dude." Garcia was referring to the 40-year-old Ismael Barroso, whom Romero defeated months earlier to claim the WBA title in a fight that turned out to be much tougher than expected.
Bring on Rolly. You know, he's part of PBC. We already ran it once with PBC. I need to get my get back. I'm going to beat Rolly, and we're going to have that. I just pray to God.
While the build-up to a Garcia versus Romero fight is expected to be pure entertainment, King Rui also revealed that a victory over Rolly could position him for even bigger matchups within the 140-pound division, potentially against Teofimo Lopez or Devin Haney in the near future. Admantas Stanionis currently holds the full WBA title at 147 pounds, but Ring Magazine has reported that Garcia and Romero will clash for a WBA welterweight title as well.
See where he was guiding me, and he just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it, and I'm here now, and I feel good.
The report doesn't specify which version of the belt will be on the line, though it is likely to be the lesser-regarded WBA regular title. As of now, the WBA has not confirmed whether Stanionis will be stripped of his title. Meanwhile, the undefeated Lithuanian is set to defend his black and gold belt against IBF champion Jaron Boots Ennis on April 12 in a high-stakes welterweight showdown.
Well, I would love to know, I saw that Ryan Garcia posted yesterday if he was kind of questioning your decision of choosing to fight Cruz when he said you could have made more with him. Tell me a little bit about how you would respond to that.
Stanionis claimed the WBA regular title in April 2022, while Terence Crawford held the primary version of the belt. When Crawford vacated his titles to move up to super welterweight, Stanionis was elevated to full world champion.
I mean, I hope he keeps training with Derek James. That shoulder roll, that's amazing. It was a good performance.
A similar scenario could unfold for Garcia and Romero if the winner of the Ennis versus Stanionis fight decides to relinquish their title. King Rui is set to face Romero in May at New York City's Times Square, sharing the card with his longtime rival Devin Haney, who will take on Jose Ramirez in a separate bout. If both Garcia and Haney emerge victorious and unscathed, the plan is for them to settle their rivalry in a highly anticipated rematch this October in Saudi Arabia.
Trying to see where he was guiding me, and he just led me to Dallas, led me to Derek, and I pursued it, and I'm here now, and I feel good.
Last April, Garcia knocked Haney down 3 times on his way to a majority decision victory. However, the win was later overturned to a no contest after Garcia tested positive for a banned substance. As a result, he received a 1-year suspension from the New York State Athletic Commission, which is set to end on April 20, 2025.
To fight anybody as long as both parties come to an agreement. If his side comes to an agreement with my side and everything works out, then I have no problem fighting with him or anyone else.
To be relicensed, Garcia must submit a clean drug test. Both he and Haney have signed multi-fight agreements with Royal Season, and Garcia has also enrolled in the VADA drug testing program, a key requirement from Haney to finalize their rematch.
Pues igual, a mí no me importa la carrera de los demás, yo me enfoco en lo mío y yo me estoy preparando para...
Garcia, who had previously questioned the credibility of the organization, has now committed to their random drug testing program. In addition to enrolling in VADA testing, he will also undergo random tests conducted by agents contracted through the California State Athletic Commission. While this fight serves as a tune-up for King Ree, it's fair to question whether Romero is a worthy B-side for a pay-per-view event. With a 2-2 record in his last 4 fights, his status as a top contender is debatable.
Haney wanted it, or?
I think they pay good enough money that these guys are going to say yes. So that's what I think.
Now, you're going to take over Times Square in New York.
Yeah.
The entire World War II. It's never been done before.
Yeah.
Whatever trick he does is massive. Tell me the things when he came up with that idea. And
In fact, many argue his record should be 1-3, as his controversial win over Ismael Barroso in May 2023 came under scrutiny. Referee Tony Weeks stopped the fight in the 9th round despite Barroso still being competitive, leading to widespread criticism.
Everybody could watch whoever's there, so that's pretty cool.
now, a Pitbull, very dangerous fight. You actually posted today that he's going to be tougher than a rematch with Haney, and I agree with you.
Yeah,
Why did
I
you
mean
say
tougher
that?
as...
Romero had thrown 4 wild punches, all missing badly, when Tony Weeks suddenly waved off the fight. Barroso, unhurt and still standing, looked at Weeks in disbelief, seemingly asking, "What are you doing?" Fans were stunned by the stoppage, and the decision faced heavy criticism for months.
You sparred Ryan before?
Huh?
Have you sparred Ryan before?
Yeah.
And what do you have to say about that and then possibly fighting him?
At the time, Romero was trailing on the scorecards and appeared to be on his way to losing the fight. With so many deserving contenders ranked in the top 15 at 140 and 147 pounds, many argue that Romero is not the most worthy opponent for Ryan Garcia on May 2nd.
A very interesting fighter. There was 2 things that happened in the fight, in this sparring. One, I got knocked down from the hook. I didn't know who.
It seems like they were in a rush to find an opponent, and Romero fit the bill, especially since this is a pay-per-view event. A better move would have been to headline with Ryan Garcia versus Jose Ramirez.
I didn't know that he had a weapon. And I'm like, what's this weird hook that you keep throwing? Like, oh, boom, okay. And then the second thing that happened is the stoppage. I stopped.
While setting up Garcia versus Haney as the co-feature. Even in that co-main spot, Romero doesn't really belong. However, considering Haney is coming off a brutal loss where he was dropped 3 times, he could use a softer matchup like Romero to avoid another disastrous outcome.
I beat him down and took away his weapon completely and went to work like an immigrant.
However, if the goal is to make sure Ryan doesn't suffer a loss before his October rematch with Haney, then Romero is the perfect opponent for the job.
And I wish to be a world championship, and that will be happening. That's my focus.
We want to fight. We want to fight Ryan. We want to fight Rolly. We want to fight anybody.
Rolly Romero landed the May 2nd fight against Ryan Garcia after Isaac Pitbull Cruz declined the bout due to his already scheduled fight next month. This is Romero's opportunity to pull off an upset against a ring-rusty Garcia on Turki Alalshik's card at Times Square in New York City. Cruz, set to face Angel Fierro on February 1st, preferred to focus on his upcoming fight before negotiating another bout. Fans were hoping for a showdown between Ryan and Pitbull, which would have been far more exciting than seeing Romero handed the matchup.